Taiwan ignites. What happens to the Philippines when war is one island away? Before the warships appeared in the Taiwan Strait, before the missiles had names and the alliances had teeth, there was a fire that started deep inside China. In 1937, Japan invaded. Cities fell, armies fractured, and two men, Chiangkai, Shek and Mao Zedong, began building rival Chinas on the ashes of the same war. One fled to the island once called Formosa. The other rose from the countryside and took the mainland. The world called it a civil war, but for the Philippines, just across the water, it was the birth of the storm that now inches closer. When Japan attacked, the Kuomintang and Communists formed a fragile alliance. But beneath the surface, it was never about unity. It was about who would control China after the invader left. The Japanese occupation killed millions. But it also gave both sides time to grow, the nationalists with foreign aid, the communists with rural loyalty. When Japan surrendered in 1945, a new war exploded almost instantly, not between nations, but between visions. From 1945 to 1949, China was ripped in half, not by foreign invaders, but by brothers fighting over what the country should become. The Kuomintang, backed by the United States, controlled the cities, the ports, and the embassies. But the communists, with grassroots support and ruthless strategy, slowly bled them out from the countryside. 4 years of brutal ambushes, shifting alliances, and scorched earth tactics. Entire provinces changed hands like playing cards. The nationalists had weapons. The communists had momentum. And by 1949, the tide was irreversible. That year, Mao Zedong stood in Tiananmen Square and declared the People's Republic of China. Chiangkai Shek, defeated, fled to the island once called Formosa. From this new base, the Generalissimo Chiangkai Shek claimed continuity, that the real China had simply moved offshore. Formosa was renamed Taiwan, but in Beijing's eyes, it was never a nation, only a runaway province waiting to be recovered. 2 Chinas were born that day, one with the mainland, one with American backing, and a ticking clock. That was the beginning of the long silence between 2 storms. And now the silence is breaking. In the West Philippine Sea, Chinese ships now linger just beyond the horizon. In Taiwan, jets scramble at dawn. And here in the Philippines, new military bases rise. Launch systems installed, missile-capable platforms deployed. Like Taiwan, we were once a colony. Like Taiwan, we've long been backed by the United States. But unlike Taiwan, we never prepared to become a battlefield. And now, history demands an answer from us too. This series was not made to predict a war, but to show how close we already are to one. K Anton Reports believes the Filipino people deserve to understand how we ended up in the middle of this growing conflict, and why what happens in Taiwan will echo in Zambales, in Palawan, and in every coastline we've forgotten to defend. This isn't just about geopolitics, it's about preparation. It's about sovereignty. It's about us. The headlines may call it a regional conflict, but for the Philippines, it's a signal we can no longer afford to ignore. In the next episodes, we'll help you see the full picture, piece by piece, and why the Philippines must no longer stay on the sidelines of its own future. This is K Anton Reports, where prophecy meets geopolitics, and the signals speak before the missiles do. Because they break the news. We break the silence.